As a student, you probably heard about GPA and CGPA and how crucial it is in your academic journey. Understanding how your grade translates into GPA and CGPA becomes very essential because they reflect not only your grades but your overall academic health. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today in this very video, we are going to be providing the step-by-step breakdown on how to calculate for your GPA and how it differs from your CGPA. So maybe you're a student and you've been making wild guesses as to what those figures are. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you can be able to accurately pinpoint what your GPA looks like. And of course, you're going to know how far you are from your goal or what it takes to get there. So stick to the very end of this video to learn about it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on more important tips like this very one. Let's get started. Before we jump into the calculations, let's clarify some key terms. GPA and CGPA. GPA stands for your grade points average. It measures your performance in a single semester or in a term. On the other hand, you have CGPA, which is known as the cumulative grade points average. It actually reflects your overall performance across multiple semesters. To begin with, let's look at the step-by-step process to calculate for our GPA. The first step is know your grade points. Every university has a grade scale that ranges from A to F. Some do not recognize E as a grade, while others do. For instance, if your university uses a scale like this one that I have on my screen, it's actually important to know that each of these grades actually has a point attached to it. This is known as the grade points. For example, an A might be worth 5 points, B 4 points, C 3 points, D 2 points, E 1 point, and F nil, and so on and so forth. So make sure you have this information beforehand in order to start off your calculation for your GPA. Step 2. Gather your course credits and grade. As a student, you should know or must have known that each of the courses you take in the university has a credit unit attached to them. These credit units could range from 1 up to 6 and even 7, depending on that very particular course. For us to be able to understand this better, I'll be making use of an hypothetical example. So let's say, for example, I am a student and I'm offering 7 courses for this semester. Now let's look at how to calculate for our GPA. For example, if I am a student offering 7 courses in this semester, so I'll create a table and write down the courses, and then the next thing I'm going to do is to write down the credits units attached to each of these courses, like in the example you see on the screen. So when I must have done this, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write the grades I had for each of these courses. So after I must have been done writing down the grades I had for each of these courses, remember what I told you earlier on, that based on the university scale, that these grades actually worth certain points. So write each of these points next to the grades. So E is worth 1 point, B is worth 4 points, A is worth 5 points, C is worth 3 points, B 4 points, and D 2 points. We move over to the next step, which is the step 3. Calculate total points. Back to our table, we'll add a new column known as the total points. For us to get our total points, it's quite simple. What we'll do is that we'll multiply the grades of each course by their credits unit to get our total points. For example, the first course, we have 2 as its credits units and 1 as its grade points. So what we'll do is we multiply 2 by 1, which gives us 2. For the next, what we'll do is 2 multiplied by 4, this gives us 8. 3 multiplied by 5, this gives us 15. 2 multiplied by 5, this gives us 10. 3 multiplied by 3, this gives us 9. 2 multiplied by 4, this gives us 8. 2 multiplied by 2, this gives us 4. So all this added together gives us a total of 56, which is our total points. We move over to the next step, which is step 4. Calculate the total course credits. To get our total course credits, back to our table. So what we'll do is we'll sum up the total course credits as displayed on our table. So what we're going to do is 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. This gives us a total of 16. So our total credits is 16. Hope you get that now. We move over to the next step, which is the final step, step 5, calculate your GPA. So to calculate your GPA, we're going to divide our total grade points by our total credit courses. So to do this, we're going to divide the total grade points, which is 56, by the total credits, which is 16. So now, based on division, 56 divided by 16 gives us a GPA of 3.5. So that means for this semester, my GPA is 3.5. Having known how to calculate for our GPA, we're going to move further to know how to calculate for our CGPA. Remember what I told you earlier on, that for us to calculate for our CGPA, it means that we've had GPA from more than one semester. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 semesters. Putting this together, the average is what gives us our CGPA. But then when we calculate for just a single semester, what it gives us is our GPA. Hope you get this. So let's move further. To calculate for your CGPA, you add all the GPA of semesters together and then divide it by the number of semesters. Let's take, for example, like you have it on the screen. First year, first semester, you have a total of 4.3 GPA. Second semester, 3.9 GPA. Then for second year, first semester, 4.7 GPA. Then the second semester, 3.4 GPA. So this puts it at a total of 4 semesters. So to get my CGPA, I would then add all of these GPAs together, which gives me a total of 16.3. And then divide it by the number of semesters, which is 4. My answer becomes 4.07. 4.07 becomes my CGPA for the entire 4 semesters. This brings us to the very end of this video. Always remember that as a student, your effort is to keep your GPA as well as your CGPA as high as possible, as this determines your academic success. And don't forget, the pressure of a low GP can actually lead to high BP. That's true. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.